Okay, we're on to our preliminary main event match between Nathan Keogh from Cairns up against Ishtiyaaq Noorah, a local boy from Brisbane. I'm just going to grab Nath for a quick chat, and then I'll grab Ish and we'll be getting into it. Nath.
No, I don't drink that.
Mate, welcome, Nath.
How you going, mate?
Mate, Nathan Keogh from Cairns, originally Gold Coast, one of my great mates for many, many years. What a pleasure to have you on the card.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's great to be here, and I've always wanted to play in one of these matches, and well, I'm here now. So, what do you know?
Mate, there's a lot of players that remember you from the Gold Coast days that'll be watching here tonight on the stream, and people back home that would like to see you play well from Cairns.
Yep.
Peter Watt will be watching tonight. Lots of people will be watching and cheering you on.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, it'll be nice to have a few people behind me.
There'll be lots behind you, mate. You're a great pool player, and I hope you do well tonight, and you enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I will, mate. I'll just do my thing and try and stay calm, and I'll be right, I think.
All right, Nath, all the best to play well.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Okay, now we'll just have a quick chat with Ish. Hey Ish, how are you, mate?
Very well, thanks, mate.
Mate, welcome to Rudy's Money Matches.
Yes, thank you.
Mate, look, I don't know your game. I've actually never seen you play. I hear good reports. Look forward to seeing you play. And tell me a bit about yourself.
I played the game for a couple of years now, 2 years, and I was excited actually when you said to me.
Just talk up a little.
When you said to me that there's a spot on the card that I wish to play, and I was excited to play, and I'm actually looking forward to the game today.
Yes.
I did put some time, some preparation into it, and I hope to have a good game.
Mate, hey, like I said, I haven't seen you play. I've seen, he's actually a friend of mine from Cairns. I show no bias. It is what it is. There's a referee. May the best man win. And I hope you enjoy yourself, Ish, and play well.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Okay, that's all we got for now, and we'll put it back to Ness. She'll G us up, and we'll get on with this match.
Okay guys, just getting ourselves reset back up.
He's been pretty dull. He won't catch up with him, but that's something he's meant to do. He's really worried.
Cameras all over the place at the moment because we've changed cords to different cameras. They're all back to front, so having to change a few things. Let me know what that looks like at home too, guys. She looks good. Looks good on my end. just renaming a few things. See you, beautiful.
Do you end up ordering that pizza?
Just going to mute this for a sec, guys. Sorry guys, that's just me fiddle-farting around, making sure I've got all the angles okay for when we do go live. Well, we are live for when they make a start. So Ishtiyaaq's just having a practice at the minute. It's his 5 minutes. Just picking up a lot of noise external to here. Well, now we're down to single streams. That makes my life happy. And we've got the lovely Michael McLeod doing our refereeing tonight. Usually does our main events. We're starting a little bit later than normal. We're about an hour and a half behind. Just going to mute this for a second and try and maybe see if I can tweak the sound on it too. Here we go.
Ready to go?
Are you guys still jumping in here? There you go. Do your stuff.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. We're back into it again.
Ishi's won the lag there, and we'll break first.
Do you think the lag gives any kind of psychological advantage, Rhino?
No, I don't think so, mate. Right little smile there from Nath.
What I can promise you tonight is you're going to see emotion.
Now I can see the score.
What I can promise you tonight, Rhino, is you're going to see emotion.
Fair enough.
Okay, you're going to see some time.
Just over here, mate.
That's my phone there, Nessie, that just fell off.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. Nath takes it a bit hard on himself, Rhino.
Good race finish there. Back in 2 seconds.
Ish got a ball off the break. He's got a 2, 4, 6. He's got a yellow ball. Reds are probably your balls. Let's see how he goes about this. He's taking yellow. He elected to go the yellows. Could maybe take this down for the corner. Cannon the red, take another one for the corner, or just play the in or over. Take off this bit, but up. Thank you, though.
You don't like the sausage, mate? I always thought you did like the sausage.
No, mate, we were talking about who liked the sausage earlier on.
I've heard you like Daddy's sausage. No? Rusty? Look,
I'm backing Nath for this game.
I don't know much about Nath. I've never met him before. Or...
Nath he's very, very experienced, but Ish looks great on the cue. So if Nath's not careful, he's this bloke could run a few racks on him. But he's a smart player, Nath. But you'll also see some stuff, and you'll look at me and you'll go, "Ready? What was that one?"
Like a Marky moment?
Yes, mate. You're gonna give me a few of them.
Like that one?
Yes, mate. You were just waiting to say that.
No.
Race to 13. We got any comments?
Bowie, I originally thought that Ishii might be too strong in this match, just off the basis of his last match against Grubby. I thought he played really well, even though we lost to Adam Grubbish on the hill. He played some really good pool to get to that point.
I can't see the comments. I like his style. Bowie looks good on the cue. How are you, Bo?
Got a tricky little shot here.
Just got to find the gap.
Roll it through.
Yeah, find the gap between the two reds.
He's left himself very short.
Just didn't cue through that. 2 remaining?
1 remaining. Yes, still has 2 remaining.
Ryan, you've had a good day today?
Been a good day, mate.
You've picked up a couple.
Couple of little wins, mate.
Yeah, for your $25 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Second visit.
You'll see Nate get quite anxious in the chair. He'll get up and he'll stand up and he'll look, and he's a nervy kind of player.
Yep. Yeah, first impressions are he looks very good over the cue. This young Ish.
Is Nate's first opportunity. Nate's the sort of player, Rhino. If he doesn't feel good, he'll just tap a snooker.
Yep.
He's sort of grown up with the Peter Watt, and who you're a big fan of. We've all
Peter Watt's a great guy on and off the table.
Yeah, but we all grew up with Peter Watt as our mentor. I'm tipping that this game will go to every bit of 10 o'clock tonight.
Wow.
So obviously we're going to have to start the main event at about 7:30.
Yep.
But just my opinion on how Nath plays the game. He's happy to scrap.
Got a bit unlucky there. Played that really well. Just a little bit more pace, brings that ball out. A little bit less pace, and he's on that ball.
What I love about here, and this is the difference. He's played not a good one, but he'll get the snooker here. Whereas some other people might play something that, maybe try and create something here.
Yep.
He'll play the snooker and he'll get it.
another piece. Did he get him there, or has he left him an edge?
He might have left him an edge, but it's very tough. Well, I mean, you can swerve around this and cop an edge.
I think it cuts into the middle. It's not too low.
He has an awesome queuing action, Bowie. I think this might be on, because if you look at the screen, it looks like it's very thin. I think if
you're canning into the black.
Probably missing the black if you hit it that thin.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, wonderful cue action. Yeah, I love seeing the keen kids. The next generation of pool players, like yourself, Bowie. Even though you're probably not a kid, what are you, mid-30s these days, Bowie? You'd have to be mid-30s, Bowie, wouldn't he?
I would have said late 20s at worst.
Reckon?
Yeah,
well, it could be early 30s. I don't know.
I don't think he is.
I'm gonna go 33.
He's missed him completely there, giving him 2.
I said 33, so I did say mid-30s, so I was close enough.
There you go, Bo. I was saying I think you're a little bit younger than that, so. It was
sorry, Bowie, mate. I don't think I even gave him a message. I've been too busy setting these up. Happy birthday, Bowie. Different kind of shot there. That was a bit of a nervy kind of shot. Yeah, we'll sort it.
Second time he's missed a black the same way.
Mate, he had a little bit more queuing room on that shot, Rhino. A little bit more queuing room, and he's queuing it well. He just sighted it wrong. That's all. He queued it great.
Mate, I think more so it come down to the way he played the ball behind, the last ball. He left himself on the rail. He left himself a lot harder a shot. He plays that ball another 2 inches further. He comes off the rail. He's got a bit better queuing room and a chance probably to play that a bit more positive.
He's just under-hitting it a little bit here, Nate. Nate's the sort of player, Rhino, that's
He's
just
going to play the same shot that he just gave away 2 with last.
Which is okay. Nate's the sort of player that's not going to give you too much.
Oh, he's binned it.
That's okay. Yeah, he's landed fat.
On the centre.
He's one of those Barry Kitchener Junior, kind of possibly not that level, but old school pool players. Just not the polish. Been knocking on the door of the Queensland team for 24 years. Hasn't quite made one, but knocking on the door.
Hello, Simon, the old mate. How are you? I hope things are going well over there in England. It's a great pot there. Really well played. Now he set himself up for an out. Great pot there from Nate, straight up.
A good set low, actually, Rhino. A couple of missed from Ish, and then, yeah. Well done, Nath.
Very good one to get on the board.
Nath. He just needs, he hasn't really got anyone here to support him. He's come from Cairns on his own. So, but I'm not going to be biased. I hope Ish plays a really good game as well. We've got to get Bo Young on one of these games. I love seeing that kid play. I love seeing Bowie play. I love his tactical side. I want to see him play any of the top boys. Him and Macklin, round 2. Him and JJ. Him and Brendan Cantor. Him and just about any of the top liners.
Yep, fair enough. Some good names in those lists.
Him and Vince Lee.
And I know that I was talking to the boys the other day, and I know young Joshy Craze is pretty keen to get on one of your cards.
Yeah,
we first met Joshy at the Christmas Cup. He was away for this one, couldn't be here. He was, but he's pretty keen to get involved. So I'd like to see maybe Joshy and Bo play on the same card. Not against each other, of course, but you know.
Yeah, take that last piece and give me your tray.
Well, I don't know enough about Josh Craze to give a mention there, but I know he's handy and he played in the Christmas Cup, and I know he went hill with Rusty. I know he pushed a lot of players, so the bloke must be very handy. But
I think it was the under-17s European or world champion from
it might have been the under-21s Welsh champion.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not 100% sure. And who do you match him up with? I don't know. From what I've seen, he's a top liner, and someone like a Bowie. Oh no, not Bowie. That you would say not play Bowie.
No, they're mates.
They're mates. Okay. A Barry Junior. Maybe a Wayne Richardson.
You might need to give him someone, to settle in maybe a little bit.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I think he's quality. Okay. He's at the top of the food chain straight away in the pool scene. That's my opinion, and I'd like to hear what Bo thinks.
Easy money for someone who wants to double their money.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to call it right now that I believe it drifts out to the left-hand side, that pocket, and I watched that shot and that definitely drifted, and I reckon Ish has drifted just a quarter turn as well, and could have been reasons why he missed the shot. Mate, Parramatta's playing today, Bowie. Barney boy, I play Bo. Need my revenge from the Christmas Cup. Barney boy, you get no one. Barney boy gets no one because he's the best pommy in Queensland.
How many pommies are there in Queensland if one's Welsh? Can you name another decent top line pommy?
Yeah, I can.
Who? And make sure he's from Queensland. Think hard.
No, just give us a second.
Give me a second. That's who it was. It was Josh and Nick Palat. I think that's a good game. Joshy Craze was the one we mentioned yesterday with Nick Palat.
Mate, great matchup.
I think that's a very good matchup and a good way for him to get into it.
Great matchup, and Josh Craze, slight favourite. Paris playing Melbourne. Do you know what time it is, Bowie? Got to get it on the big screen while we're trying to commentate the pool as well. Bit of a shaky one there by Ish.
He was just trying to drift up for the ball over the middle and then come back for the other ball in the opposite corner to finish the frame. So I think he was more worried about his position and drifting through the gap than he was the pot.
It started at 4:30.
Please tell me they're getting smacked. Melbourne 6-0 up.
Is it? Oh, Rusty went. Oh, $1,000 thingy. $750.
Buckets is on.
Buckets. Here's Nath. He's got the double back, has he? Yeah, good shot, Nath. I thought he put his hand up maybe because he fouled, but no, it was just because he got a rub.
Well, he didn't really get a rub. He played the double and cleared the pocket. So,
see, Nath here, the Nath I know is just nicking off this first one and just running safe, I think, or just doing a little. That's what I like about Nath's game, Ryan.
Yep.
It's just old school. And you know who'd really respect his game? Shannon Purcell and the great Bo Young would really respect the player that plays the right shot. Well, let's just see how it pans out.
Yeah, we usually end up there or one.
Can't Nath.
Nessie, how's this going?
I thought Reece was awesome in that match.
Who's that?
Reece Daly, I thought he played really
Good
well.
player. Good player. Great cue action, isn't it?
Play this ball long now with 2 shots?
Has he got 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all day long you're playing this one long. He's very methodical, Nath. He's not going to give you a lot, is he? You won't be happy with that one.
Well, like I said, I don't want to rave on about it. We're going to see some humdingers from Nath, and we're going to look at each other and go, wow. We're going to probably see some twists and turns, but he's going to play the right shot a fair bit.
Yeah.
6-0 to the Storm, is it? How long's been gone?
20 minutes. He doesn't try to do too much then. Did he foul it or did he hit that?
Foul.
He's giving that one back to Ish there on the play.
Yeah. I think he just wanted to clip it with a bit of side. I think it just threw off with a bit of side.
Great shot by Ish there. Just a little bit of swerve. Straightened it up and got the pot, so now we can just drift up and pop the other.
Yeah, and Bowie's just said there's one of those shots you were talking about. Unfortunately, yes, Bo. There's going to be some special moments.
Ish seems to
But you know what you'll see though, Bo, in this match, you're going to see incredible shots, lifting legs, jumping up, knocking them in, screwing off, doubles, quadruples, all sorts. Who we got? Hectic
GT.
Hectic. Yeah, that's true. He did turn a difficult situation into. What did he say? He did turn the simple stuff into a difficult situation. Yeah. Okay. That's a good shot. We're 1-1 here. Frozen, it said.
It's fixed.
Oh. Okay. Who we got? I'm Danny Turnham, guys. Is that say? I can't read that. Does that say Danny Turnham? Turnham. I've seen Danny Turnham, I think, play a bit of pool. Mate, see you are. Sure you are, matey. Not too many. Hey, Nave.
Not too many what?
Oh, I just don't want him drink. I don't want him drinking too much, mate. You just got to keep a lid on Nave. Otherwise, he's going to end up having too many.
He's got a nice break-ish.
Nice break. So far, Rhino, my star player for the weekend, without a shadow of a doubt, is Nathan Appleton. Do you agree with that?
I definitely agree. He was fantastic against Nick Bowden.
Nathan Appleton, what a little champion.
Yeah, very much so.
Yellow Ball's nominated.
Followed by my little Gold Coast mate, Ray Millich.
Gold Coast, mate. You didn't even know Ray Millich until Friday night. What are you talking about?
All right. Mate, we probably kicked them off at 7:30, I'd say.
They're both these guys are very slow, methodical players, aren't they? They don't not very fast around the table. They're not sort of racing around the hot and out. They're very considerate of their options and happy to sort of have a good look at everything before they weigh up their shot.
Talk us through your perfect break, where you place the cue ball, where you hit the pack and speed. Okay. Well,
I'm going to interject here and say absolutely zero idea, because I've worked with you on your break and you never put the ball in the same spot ever. The white ball never starts in the same spot when you break at all. Am I correct?
look, I must admit, and I hate admitting it, I'm not your greatest breaker going around. I try very hard, and I sometimes get a nice flush hit. I'm moving all the time, Dan. I'm always putting it slightly left of centre, maybe 2 or 3 balls left of the centre spot, back maybe 2 balls back from there. I like to, what do we got here? How did Nathan Appleton get started playing? Anyway, I like to stun it. I like to stun screw it. So I want it to come back off the back rail, and I feel I get a better contact when I stun screw. It's not a straight screw back because I don't think I get the power through the ball. I like to stun screw. Yeah.
I don't think he really has a system with his break at all. I reckon I've racked 50, 60, 70 breaks leading into his Macklin match one night, just trying to get him to work on a different braking method and a different brake. And yeah, I don't believe he has a very repetitious brake at all, because I've watched him on video and I've watched him put the whiteboard down and it's never in the same spot. So I know there's a lot of people at the moment running around with brake cues and brake tips and trying something a little bit harder. A little bit of a firmer tip, a little bit of a bigger tip, a little bit of a lighter cue seems to be becoming all the rage.
Okay, wait a second. I just have to speak to Christos. I don't know what's going on here.
What's the problem?
Oh, no, there's no problem. It's all good. So what was I talking to Dan? Talk us through the brake. So that's the brake. I like the stun screw, if that makes any sense. I want to come off the centre pin and I want to come back to the back rail with a bit of pace. And the ideal brake for me is to come off the back rail, off the centre pin, and come back to around the middle of the table if it doesn't get kicked.
So mate, on that note, what's your opinion of brake cues?
Brake cues? I've used thin cues, heavy cues, 9-ball cues, my own cues, and I still don't know what to do. But I think, for me, I've got to use my own cue to brake.
I'm a believer in brake cues.
Okay.
I've put an order in for a brake cue myself. So there's a range of brake cues called firing line brake cues. They use a proper manufactured brake tip.
Yep.
They're not a phenolic resin tip.
Yep.
So they're not going to be hard like your pull balls are. So you don't find that when you're shooting them off the table. So they become all the rage in England. Blokes like Jason Shaw, Darren Appleton are using them. These guys are playing with them now, and they're pretty good. So if I was going to play one, that's probably what I'd be looking at. Hopefully I'll have mine in a couple of weeks, and anyone that wants to have a look's more than welcome to have a play with it.
Look, like I said, I've played with 9-ball cues, I've played with phenolic tips, I've played with plastic tips, I've played with stainless steel, ferrules, no ferrules, no tips, so I've done it all. And I just come back to playing with my own personal cue for the brake.
Yeah. Once I get mine, mate, I'll get you to have a hit with it. We'll see if we can improve your brake a bit. Maybe so you don't play it so much like a fairy.
Well,
have a dig.
Right. If you go off what I did in that online stuff,
yes.
Even though I had a shark rack, I think I developed the perfect brake with my coach, Michael Fortune, that I created a brake that left balls quite good for that 8-out challenge.
Yeah, I think there's a huge difference between using a shark rack and not. I can see why that you get a better split with them, because they're fantastic for a nice tight rack.
Okay, see, Matty Farrell says Newcastle's been making brake tips, and cool, they might be, and happy to try. Right, I'm looking for anything that can possibly help it. Just like you said, Rhino. Let's try things. Let's try things because if you can find something that's going to give you a little bit more in your game, a percentage here or a percentage there, it's worth a crack. It's worth a crack.
Yeah.
I don't say don't. It's just work for me. I've changed. I've done them all. Have I done a graphite Sterlo? Of course, I've done a graphite. I think I've played with everything.
Yeah. Look, I'm pretty keen to get mine and put it through its paces. I know that I had some pretty good discussions with Brett King from Kingsman's Q Services. And Will Riley was another guy that we've discussed, and we've gone right through tip hardness scales and looked at lots of different tip manufacturers to find out what sort of works well. You know, whether it's a hard or an extra hard tip, whether they're layered tips, pigskin, whether you go to a phenolic. So
I played with Alvo's braking cue the other night, and it was more expensive than my own personal cue. It was $1,750 for his brake cue.
He's got a Predator 9-ball cue.
It's ridiculous, no, but it's a brake cue. It's made for braking, and it felt like it was 15 mil. That's how big it was. And yeah, it broke well. It sounded terrible, but I don't think it was anything so different to breaking with my own cue. In fact, I felt I hit a sweeter ball with my own personal cue. Better contact.
That comes down to
Personal
the player,
preference?
personal preference, and the player and how they feel about it and the confidence they've got playing with it. He's a very good controlled doubler-ish. That's the second or third time he's played with really good weight to cover pockets or take pockets.
It's got a lot of work.
Can he play for?
He might even be on this middle ball.
He's on the middle ball.
He's on the middle ball. That's fine. That's what he's got to do.
And does he play?
He's just got to dribble it in.
So you don't play to disturb the yellow rail. You're playing just to drop onto it.
You don't want to. You just want to just dribble it in. See you later. Okay, now in this situation, okay, I am going to try the double back, even though it's a hard bridge. I'm going to try the double back on this red inside the middle ball, right? Is it the shot? I don't know, but I'm going it.
There are plenty of phenolic tips that are being mucked around with in 9-ball. A lot of those guys with the bigger whites and the bigger balls are using them. But I think I found when I was playing with one, I found that they just launched the white ball off the table. The feel of them off the ball, they tended to spring and shoot a lot. I didn't like the feel of it all, and it didn't last long before I'd ripped it off mine. There you go. Newcastle said he'll sponsor your tip, Reedy, for testing. Give him one of your cues and he'll put one of his new tips on and see how you go with it.
Where is it? Where's Turnbull?
That's Newcastle.
Is it? Well, mate, I'd like to try one, Nukes, but can you please call me Reedy with an R-E-A-D-Y?
Reedy, Speedy Reedy?
No, I'm only joking. Yeah, be happy to try one, Nukes, if you want to give me a try. Yeah, I'm up for anything. Concerned here if Nath rolls up on this red, whether he knocks in the yellow. It doesn't look like he can. He gets the fat snooker. I'm hoping it doesn't, because if it catches any sort of lip near the middle pocket, it'll go in.
I tell you what, you want to talk about something illegal? Plastic McDonald's straws. You can't get those things anywhere. The new ones are terrible.
Mate, that was a smart shot. He's actually killed Ish's ball over the other side and possibly got the total snooker right back in this frame. I was using, this is the funny one, back 25 years ago, 22 years ago, I was using a 28-ounce cue to break with.
Were you playing with the Danny Higgins style of cue? Because I tell you what, Higo loved a 26, 28-ounce cue.
Mine was 28-ounce my break cue.
Here we go. Interesting shot down the rail. He's got room.
That's okay.
And a little bit of swerve.
Yeah, but it's not the shot. It's not the shot. And he's left Nath on it. Yeah, I used a 26-ounce cue to break with, and it just broke like a normal cue. And that's why I say the heavier, the bigger tips, all that haven't worked for me just yet, but willing to try anything.
It's a good shot there. He's taken the red and cleared it out, but he's also promoted the black. So if you can work a way of screwing off this bottom red, without disturbing the other too much, he should be on an out here.
I actually don't mind the cannon. It might not go though. Let's just see. Yeah,
I think he's just screwing straight off it, mate.
Only problem is he needs to get back up for the other one. That's all. Okay, and this is not basic to come back up here. He needs to get right up there. That's all. And he's a sniff of going in off if he hits it wrong. Okay. Might be able to use a flick of right hand side to screw up the table to get on this middle ball.
He's played 2 rails. Good shot.
He's got the double.
I think he just cuts that in, mate.
Does he?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think he doubles it. I think he cuts it in.
He's a good cutter.
Yeah, it's not as far past that middle pocket as you think.
Yeah, you're probably right, Nath. I mean, Ryan. But you actually knew it a lot better than me.
Well, if you're looking at the screen of the table, you can see it wasn't that far past.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, Rhino.
Yeah.
Queensland's best commentator.
I don't know about that. There we go. Great finish, Nath. That's 2 frames to 1 Nath. I think you're right, this one's going to be a very long match.
Yeah, this is going to 10:30.
You sound proud with that moment.
Mate,
what would you have done if you'd had two main events starting at 7 o'clock? And this one's running until 10:30.
Well, I've got it wrong, haven't I? I can't have any races for 13s and stuff. You've got to keep it at 11.
Has he had any good results with it, Newey? I haven't seen him post anything up about it.
Who's this?
Bronson's been using one of Newey's tips on his match and play.
What are they? How much are they for one of these tips?
Oh, I'm not sure, mate. From Newcastle, do you want to give us a bit of advice as sort of what your cue range or your tips are worth?
And what, can you put it on a normal queue? Is that what you can put it on your personal queue? Okay, or is it one of those tips that you needed on a racky?
There you go. We'll let Newcastle answer that one.
There you go, Matty Farrell has known Nate for the last 25 years. Matty Farrell pretty much joined the pool scene, maybe even before me. I joined the pool scene in 97. Maybe Matty Farrell joined it a year or so before me, and Nate has been on the pool scene on the Gold Coast since 91, he was telling me earlier.
Yeah. And
he's beaten Peter Watts, Craig Duffy's, Sean Budds, he's beat them all. And yeah. So Hogan, Macquarie, all these players, but just not consistently.
Nice shot from Ish there to transition to his tough ball. Maybe a little bit straight though.
That one actually looks too straight. Yes. I'll probably stick fats on it and take a long yellow.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
You got Brendan or Vince?
Yeah. It probably is the best player to not make Queensland. Probably is. He's been one off the Queensland team, the poor bloke, for the last 28 years. One frame off about 5 or 6 or 8 times, the poor bloke. And the one time he was first reserve, listen to this story, Sterlo, he was first reserve to make the Queensland team, and someone pulled out, and Nathan was away on holidays, and they were trying to ring him, and his phone was in for repairs for him to play for Queensland, and he comes back, and he finds out he had a spot and missed out.
That's terrible.
Absolutely, he was in tears because he's been trying for 28 years to make it.
So where's he from?
He's from Gold Coast. He's a Gold Coast boy.
Okay. Tell us the story about Nathan and the Lost Cat posters.
The Lost Cat posters. I'd have to. The Lost Cat posters. I would need a bit more information. Best thing they can do is play today. We are still testing in the 25 to 50 installed. Yeah,
25 a tip or $50 installed. What he's saying is they play like today, so not like a leather tip where they wear.
Yeah.
These tips don't wear, so you won't have to replace them.
I hate it. You know what I hate about the tips, the hard ones? I hate a hard feel. Even though they might be better, I hate the hard feel. On Chevron. All I ever remember with Newcastle on Chevron, and I just keep this between how many members are watching, of doing the little runner up a side street in Chevron.
Nah, no idea, mate. Newcastle said that he went looking for a cat and lost cat to try and find the reward on Chevron Island.
Possibly. I can't remember it. He actually lived on Chevron Island once.
He's missed that by a fair way, actually, Ish.
You got Brendan or Vince?
I want Brendan.
But we only want to go for 200. We want to make it interesting.
Depends on who you backing.
Brendan.
He wants the back row.
Can't do it.
Congratulations,
I would-
mate.
I would back.
Great fucking way to stay in that match and fight that.
We'll fight
I
something.
thought it could have gone two ways when the referee and you got into it. I went, oh fuck. But you seemed to fucking knuckle you down and you stayed solid, mate, and composed and did really well to finish it off. So, very good finish.
Nace put himself in a spot. What's he on? He's on the red, is he?
He's on the reds.
Yeah. He's got plenty of traffic up there, so I'm thinking he could be okay. Good shot, Nathan did. There was a lost cat on the posters, and he went everywhere looking for the cat. Get the reward money. Come on, Rudy. That's your fondest memory. And no, I've got better memories that I just can't talk about.
What happens to the boys stays with the boys, mate. Let's not give him.
I think he might have. Can he squeeze that in? I'm thinking yes.
Yes. It doesn't squeeze in, it flies in.
Absolutely flies.
The one in the bottom or the one in the middle?
He's coming right around here to behind you. That's what he does. He comes for looks. Okay.
Yeah, this ball flies. It doesn't even touch the sides.
That's okay.
He played off the red. I didn't expect him to then. Maybe.
Well, it's probably better that he's played it off the red because now it's opened it up.
The black was going anyway.
Was it going? Okay. The way I play this is I play it with a flick of right, and I'm happy to play it through the gap, but I'm also happy if I get a kiss on the right-hand side ball if I play it bad. And if I snooker myself, well, that's just a disgraceful shot.
You can hit this fairly thin and just travel the gap, can't you?
No, I'm playing it with a trace of right.
30 seconds.
Trace of right, and you can hit it. You can hit it a little bit thicker if you go through there.
Played that well back to the centre.
And that's okay. That's okay. got Olin Omani in the house. Hello, Ollie. Ollie, 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 Ollie. Can I have a score update on the Parramatta game, please? Anyone?
Why don't you just ask me, man? I've got a phone right here next to you.
Have we got a phone? Okay. Breaking well-ish.
12 all at half-time.
That's incredible. Well done, Para. Who scored for Para? Okay, I'm going to just... what do we got? 12 all. Beautiful. Come on, Para. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take a guess at who scored. I'm going to go Dylan Brown.
No.
I'm going to go...
You're the worst try scorer punter I've ever met in my entire life, quietly.
Is that cracking? Dylan Brown. I'm going to go... I'm going to go Opacek.
No. You're getting worse.
I'm going to go Clint Gufferson.
He has scored a try.
And the final try went to Sean Lane.
No. He is the worst imposter of a footballer I've ever met. Absolute worst imposter of a footballer I've ever met.
Blake. Oh, Wanga Blake and Clinton Gufferson.
Wanga Blake is in Bruno.
Come on.
Is it a big Wanga or a little Wanga?
Come on, Para. Matty Farrell loves the Para as well. So we've got a couple of Paras on there.
We need help. You boys need some help.
It's got to be the first 11-game run in history of your live streams.
He's talking about the finish to the Brad Locking.
100%.
Matty
100% Gruffy. It's never been done ever.
That's Matty Farrell, actually.
Yeah. Well, who is it, Matty? Never ever been done as anyone won 11 frames.
It was a real funny match, you know. Mark Garrity led 4-0.
I tell a lie. Maybe there has been 8 and 9 runs. I think I won a set against Macwin 9, and I think I even got beat maybe 9-1 versus Jaden D'Amica. So there has been root runs, but that's probably the biggest.
Yeah, I saw your message, mate. I knew what you were talking about.
Great run by Brad Locking to turn 4-0 around to an 11-4 win.
Yeah, look, a very character-building win for him. You know, the way Mark Garrity started would have put a lot of doubt in his mind. You know, 4-0 down and under the pump. And then to come back and steel yourself and not lose another frame was a, very solid effort and shows good composure.
This game...
Check the message above that. Hold on.
Okay. We've got a message above it.
Yeah, we got that, Matty.
Yeah, awesome effort. This game is going to 10:30 minimum. Will you have a bit? You'll have any of that, Rono?
Yeah. Yeah, Marky should hold his head high. He took on a match, and played. He practiced and put some time and effort in, and when he was 4-0 up and flying, he certainly wasn't out of that and showed he could compete in it.
You know who I thought was really good today as well? I thought Gruffy was really good. I thought Gruffy played really well. Okay, yes, he didn't put it away there at the end, but I thought he played well. Okay, he was coming up against a player that was heavy favourite against him today, in my opinion, with a lot more experience than Gruffy, and I thought he stood up.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a good call. But at 11-8 up, he probably is pretty upset that he didn't win.
10-7 up.
10-7 up. Sorry, I believe he's probably pretty upset that he didn't win that match or take it.
Who's he talking to? You? Oh.
Sean Lorenz. Very methodical, isn't he?
Yeah, yep. Nice technique. Doesn't do a lot wrong. Took his eye off the pot there, youngish.
Yeah, he hasn't given Michael a whole lot to start with here.
I don't know if his name's Michael, but we'll go with Nathan.
Sorry, Nath, I mean. I was thinking of the Michael Bonney, Josh Hogmack that was cancelled. Yeah, run for a bit of cover here.
Good call, Matty. Good call.
This yellow ball's on here.
I thought Gruffy played. I really did think Gruffy played really well. They both throw away frames, so I thought maybe even Gruffy might have been the better player for the entire match. Possibly close. Although, how well did Ash finish? From 10-7, he played some pretty important balls well.
Nice little finish there from Ish to take a 3-2 lead.
Mate, what do we got? I look forward to going to the Warney Memorial. Rhino, are you going to come?
Yeah, mate, I'll see. I'll see what I can do work-wise and stuff like that.
You like the idea of it?
I think it's a good idea.
I've never been to the MCG. I'd love to go. They reckon there's 50,000 already there, and I reckon come Wednesday we could be looking at 80.
Possibly. He's not having any luck off the break here, Nate.
He's just got to keep his emotions in check, that's all.
Yeah, he did, Matt. He showed a lot of resilience to fight back there, especially when he was down. You know, and then that call with the referee in regards to coaching, he could have gone either way, but he composed himself well and he finished off the match.
Mate, Ashes finished at 10-7 down. As I said, Matty, he was special and it showed big gonads.
He must be watching you play. That's a you shot.
With me, what do I do? Nothing.
Just lay a ball up and snooker behind another one, even when you're not on the colour.
Mate, we've said this 1,000 times. I'm a middle ball tapping, snookering rag.
That's Dickie Williams' nickname for you, wouldn't it?
Middle ball tapper.
Middle ball tapper and a
snookering rag.
Yeah. Mate, I'll never forget commentating on Dickie's match, watching him lay snookers at the Christmas Cup and then just giving it to him while he was sitting there trying not to laugh.
Giving it to me?
No, giving it to Dickie because Dickie was playing snookers. He's a bloke that hammers everybody for playing snookers and laying up and blocking a pocket, and here he was doing it himself.
Mate, Nathan's got a little sniff here. He's got a little sniff. They're all go. Okay, he needs to take this one in the middle, screw back just to... Oh, maybe not screw back. Yeah, a tiny little screw off. Yep. Just needs angle to come down, drift down. They're all there. Good white ball you need, Rhino. That you know the run. I'm gonna back him to finish these.
How much are we having on a drink?
No, I'll tell you what I'll do for you.
What will you do for me?
I'll make it a double.
A double? I don't think you need a double. I think you're already lost your double.
Oh, well, what we'll do is we won't worry about it.
Won't worry about it? Ooh. And now he's playing doubles.
This is the double trouble bubble. Shannon Irwin is absolutely blind.
He was drinking VBs at 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning as soon as the door opened. All I looked at Shannon and I thought was the old bloke that drinks the VB long necks. Too far.
Played for the position, yeah.
He got very lucky there. That was a terribly close shot.
Look, he's hasn't got the foot on the throat yet. He's just trying to find his way-ish. I thought he maybe could have had a bit of a crack there, even though I'm a middle ball tapper.
I reckon if you were playing that shot, you wouldn't have been going for it.
You reckon?
You were tightening the screws and playing the
What do you call me?
Playing the percentage. You're a percentage player. You play percentage.
Am I a middle ball tapping snookering rag?
No, I wouldn't say that. I just believe you play percentage pool. Not going. Things just aren't going nice way here.
That's what I'm saying. You can get emotional.
What are you doing here? I'm taking the ball to the middle.
No,
He's going to take the one
no,
here. I thought the cannon was on. I didn't think he'd want to play this one.
No, I'm not taking the cannon. I'm taking the loose one over the pocket that he's doing, then I'll work for it. I'm not playing it like that, but that's okay, that works. He's run a little bit far, the old Ishtiyaaq Noorah.
He still has 2 though, so he's not in too much trouble. He can play this ball over the pocket now and reassess for it.
Yeah, of course you can. I'm playing the ball that's over the pocket now. If those 2 aren't on, I'm playing check side and leaving myself on this other one that connects with it. Okay, must be on it. Very delicate pool player. Yes? What was I going to say? Rhino, is there any shout outs? We might do this, we might do a shout out to the sponsors.
You don't want to read it?
Mate, I can. Okay, I'll do it.
I think you can do today's sponsors.
No, I'll shout out to the sponsors. I'll just watch Ish play this shot.
Mate, Matty, I've already agreed to play Darren on a money match. He hit me up at presentation night last year, so sometime later on this year, we'll. I think we're going to get it on and play each other. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'd be a good match.
Yeah, good match.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like Darren. Darren's a good fella too.
That's a great match. I think we can build a pot for that, a couple of thousand, with different punters. It could actually. There's no reason why that can't get up to 3,000 or 4,000 a player.
I tell you who I'd like to see play a money match, and who I think has come a long way, is Double D Darren de Gloz.
Yeah, I'd like to see him
I'd
too.
like to see Dazza play one. I think he's
underrated.
I think he's a very much improved player.
Yeah. How do you go against Double D?
Good match.
Good match.
Like it. Tough match.
Yeah, he's good.
I think he starts favourite.
Does he?
Yeah, I think so.
He's a good player.
Very good player. Come a long way. Yeah, and a good fella too. I like the twins. But yeah, very much a very improved player. He's made a point of trying to surround himself with better players the last few years, you know.
Yeah.
Ever since he left your side and learnt nothing, he went and played with some good players. Just kidding. I know that you'd spent a bit of time with him there and worked with the Peg twins. But he's been around the likes of Stoney and
take a 3-minute break.
Okay, any reasons for this? What's happening?
The rails are not doubling through, so I just want to brush them down. They've got a lot of chalk on them, and I want to clean them up before the next race.
Not a problem. Yeah, so...
Total and it's just gone off.
Okay.
And I'm trying to double that one, which was dead straight. It's gone over there past the middle.
All right, brother. All right, Nate. Calm it down, brother. We're just going to have a 2-minute break. We're just going to clean down the cushions because they're not doubling right or something. Michael, the referees, come over and let us know that. Quick shout out to the sponsors. Q Masters Pool Hall in Brisbane. In my opinion, the best pool hall in Queensland. They're just awesome here. The food they put on, the chicken carbonara is as good as any restaurant carbonara. Would you say that, Rhino? The tables are immaculate. The drinks are always cold. Food's great. Just a good environment. I love putting the matches on out of here. Zach's custom cues. Well, I use one.
I use one.
You use one. I'm sure a lot of players that are watching the streams use one. They're awesome. Same with Woody's Cues, who's also a sponsor. And I've got a Woody's Cue as well that I use for snooker if I ever play it. Wonderful craftsman Zach is, and Woody as well. So if you're looking for a cue, hit them up because you're going to get something that's you're just going to love. Peter Smith pool tables. Again, I own one of those. That's helped me become a better pool player playing on that kind of table. I think they're a little bit forgiving, the tables. They're a little bit open. They're fun to play on. Fun to play on. Peter Smith's pool tables. Ring him. He'll set you up with a beautiful table. Same tables at Snooker World, but if they're maintained...
Ipswich?
Same tables at Ipswich, but if they're maintained and ironed and brushed all the time, they play immaculate. Stubbsy's custom cue cases. I own one of those. It's the best cue case I've owned. Problem being, I'd love to see Stubbsy sort his latches out. Okay, I've had nothing but problems with the latches. I'll have to ring him up, see what we can do. The latches aren't strong enough, they're coming apart all the time. Obviously we need a good brass or bronze or whatever latch. But custom cues, he makes a great cue. Get on his sites, Wayne Stubbs Custom Cues. Cue cases, is it? Cue cases, sorry. Wayne Stubbs Custom Cue Cases. Typhoon Cues, Neil Turley. Well, this bloke is... he's the salt of the earth, this bloke. He's a wonderful fella, great advocate for pool. Deals with all the custom knickknacks and cues and balls and all sorts of funny things, pool tables, anything you want you can get off Neil Turley, lovely bloke. Neil Turley. PC injectables. PBC injectables, Vicky Q from the Gold Coast. If your missus or yourself, you're into a bit of Botox or you're into lip fillers or you're into that kind of stuff, get involved, right? Get involved and get some of those happening because they'll make you feel good. And that's all we got for now, Rhino. Your missus has been to see Vicky. And
no, she hasn't. No fucking chance in the world. My missus would shoot me for saying that she's had Botox.
Okay.
My daughter has.
Well, that's what I meant. I meant your daughter. My missus is going down for some Botox. Listen, I'm not going to get it just yet. I know I've got the wrinkles happening, but we might just leave me for a little while. And how about yourself, Rhino? You going for a bit of Botox?
Nah, bro, no Botox in me. I've got plenty. Maybe some lipo. That might do me a bit better.
Yeah, I could do with a bit of lipo as well. We got a frozen camera.
No, we haven't. He's queuing in front of us.
Okay, sorry.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Anyway, that's the sponsors. Thank you to the sponsors.
What about firing line braking cues and brake tips?
Hey?
Firing line braking cues and brake tips. Aren't you getting sponsored a new tip?
Sponsored a tip, is it?
Well, that's what he was going to... He said he'd sponsor you a tip. He said he'd sponsor you one of his tips.
Yeah. Well, please mention his tips because you know more about it than me. And
I only know what I read off there.
Here he is.
If it isn't the big VB legend, how'd you go in your money match?
Yeah, 5-2, bro. They're playing the champ. The champ. It's the Shan, but Reedy's just gone.
Did you say the chimp or the champ?
It's the champ.
Mate, it sounds like the champ.
Wait till his shirt comes. It's the champ. Shannon.
The champ is here.
Shannon, the champ.
Mate, that's a very famous call from a famous boxer.
I don't see it. But
you don't see it. You've never heard that call before. Have you never heard Muhammad Ali walking into a room when they're training and he yells, "The champ is here."
Exactly right.
I've given Shannon the name.
One of the best ever, Muhammad Ali.
Score, boys.
4-2
As it
to
turns out,
Ishtiyaaq.
it's 4-2.
Who took Ishtiyaaq?
Ishi.
Good match.
Good match. Okay. Okay, brother.
Love yous.
You.
I'm out for the night.
So he should be locked up, more like it.
He's well and truly under the weather. He's very oiled tonight, the old
He looks
Shan.
like you normally at the end of one of these matches.
Oh, mate.
Pickled frog.
Oh, Goggles rubber arm.
Can you move that?
Hold on.
You ain't going to the casino?
Don't move, he's hitting the black. Good finish there by Ish to take that one. A little bit of danger signs here for Nath.
You think so?
This one a bit of a break, so you can't switch to this one. You can do it. Start the other one here.
Yep.
Irrelevant of where this is at. You'll have to stop and then start.
Yeah, Glenn, it was a nice out. Good finish. Nath really needs one off the break here. His last few breaks have been dry, and it looks like he's coming up dry again. Buy one from Christos's. You're getting in trouble.
Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't.
Apologise. Here's you got an open forum. Here's a chance. I'm sorry. I would like to apologise to one of my sponsors.
I am sorry, and I would like to apologise to one of my sponsors in Wayne Stubbs. I do love his cues, and I did bang on about cue cases, and I did bang on about latches, which was a bit of tongue-in-cheek, okay, because I think his cue cases are awesome, and I love mine, and it was a bit of tongue-in-cheek, so I want to apologise if Wayne Stubbs is listening, or any of the people. Yes, get one of his cases. They're beautiful. Get onto his site, okay, and I apologise if I said that about one of the sponsors.
Good man.
Didn't realise
there's some personal growth for you.
Look, I've had a couple of sherbets, and there's no excuse, but yeah, I didn't mean it in a bad way.
I didn't mean to
message you. I think Barney messaged you.
No, sorry, miss. See, he's got a chance now. You just punch this one up the rail to the top corner. Shot Ishi. I think. You're going to have to take this one off the red.
Very, very tough shot because you can't get on the black.
Why can't you?
It's hard to get on the black. Oh, yeah, obviously you could run through.
I was going to say, I would have just... You don't need to run through an inch or two.
Okay, if Stubbsy's on, please message Stubbsy, Matty, for he'll make you. I've got a Blackwood one. It's unbelievable. Next time you're at pool on a Thursday night, come and have a look at my case. It's incredible. I've welcomed Jay to the commentary. Yeah, I welcome Jay to the commentary. He's helped out this weekend so far in at least 3 that I know of, money matches. And thanks, mate.
Appreciate you having me. First time being here for one of these events, and
We've seen some good stuff.
there's been some epics, I can tell you that, and I think we're in the middle of one right now.
Who's been your standout play for the weekend, mate? I had one that stood out real big.
I was refereeing at the time when the other match was going on, and I'm pretty sure it was Nick. Nick played the other guy.
Yeah, and that was the standout.
Yeah, that was definitely it. Very unique queuing action,
But a standout.
yeah, absolutely. It's probably the one and only player this weekend so far that's actually taken opportunities that have come to it.
And hasn't looked back.
Yeah.
Nearly every time he took him.
100%.
He's one of the evolving, really good Queensland pool players.
Yeah, and as I said, very unique queuing.
This is going to be an interesting shot, Joe. He just miscued on that. Well, Nath needs to grab this. He needs to take it. This will be a confidence. You got your 2. Keep your 2 going if you can, but you've got to finish it. You don't finish this. Sometimes in this rhythm and stuff, that can be game, set, match in this circumstance. If you don't finish here, you're going to set yourself up for a fall.
Absolutely. I think situations like this.
Good for your confidence, isn't it?
It is. And in situations like this, you tend to not take that ball on that you would normally. You sort of, in a situation at home, you're sort of taking more of a safety ball rather than putting that pressure on yourself, knowing that you can make that ball. And that can be the difference between finishing your out here and leaving yourself in a bit of trouble.
Nathan's one of the old school boys, Jay. He's got the old style game, the percentage play, and a good player, really good player. But he hasn't had one of these money matches, mate, ever.
Oh, it's his first one.
First one. His first one. Have you played one?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I actually haven't seen your game, Jay. You're obviously a good pool player.
I know which end of the queue is which.
You're obviously an A grader.
Yes, correct.
Yep. And who do you play for?
I'm with the Sunny Coast boys. I'm up with the Smashers. I managed to trial for CVC for the first time this year and made that team. So
Good on you,
forward
mate.
to finally becoming a Smasher. He's got 2 up his sleeve for this black. I'm guessing he's just going to trickle this in and.
Good on him. Look at that. Yeah. Well done, Nath.
Definitely needed
Good
that
shooting, Nath. He's, I was just saying, and I've said it a few times now, Nathan's a very emotional player.
Yeah. The cameras aren't picking it up and we can see that on camera.
He's a very emotional player. And if it's not going his way, he can let it bother him. And he's just got to try and stay calm. That's the key. I've played a few of these myself, Jay, and you've got to just try and stay calm. When the shit's hitting the fan, it's hard, but you need to try and relax and breathe. Okay, because if you don't, you get yourself in a huff and a puff, and the next thing you know, you've lost 5 or 6 in a row, and the match is finished.
Definitely can get away from you, can't it?
Of course it can.
No, definitely the camera's not picking it up. He hasn't spent much of his time in his seat, as Nathan. He's definitely been up and about and walking around and just doesn't seem settled. Hopefully this frame has sort of put him in a little bit of a better headspace.
Yeah. It's broken really well tonight-ish. Do you know? You wouldn't have seen much of Ish.
No, I don't know.
Hey, the Storm are playing now at Parra. It was 12 all at half time.
We're 18-12 up at the moment, I think.
Okay. Let me get 18-12.
Could be wrong. It was when we
Matty
last
Farrell, can we have a score check possibly on the Parra game if you are watching it? $18 all. Don't worry, Matty, I've got it. 18 each. Wow.
Any danger, Storm? We're missing half our team.
Are you?
Half of them have gone to the Dolphins. Half of them have got COVID.
Have they?
Got Brandon Smith back with one hand.
Well, I don't know why they were such short price favourites. They're $1.30. So obviously they're a great outfit.
Playing at home.
Yep. So you're obviously a Storm fan or no?
Yes, no, absolute Storm fan. I've just come up the sunny coast from Melbourne back in 2020, so loving it up here. I've found being on the sunny coast, you're not really exposed to the level of players that you are down in Melbourne.
Are you from Melbourne?
Yes, I am.
Wow, well you've seen it all.
Yeah,
You've seen, is that pissing down?
Yes,
of course
it is.
Okay, if you're from Melbourne, mate, we don't need to say anything more. They're the cream at the moment. And
Them, the SA boys.
Well, they have been the cream probably for at least the last 10 years that I know of. Before that was the SA boys.
Yep.
The SA boys were they were probably the best boys in the country. Now it's just the Vickers, mate. They're that strong.
Yeah, we seem to have a couple of guys that will drop out, but then people just adequately take their spot and just mould straight in. Yeah, very lucky in Victoria.
There's a little clinical out this one.
Yeah, we would have liked to have been a couple of inches off the rail, I reckon.
Yeah, he is. Well, I can't really see his angle, but it looks quite simple to me. Because I think, well, looking maybe he's a bit off angle going this way.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking if he runs through, he takes that one, and I reckon that red goes back in here. The red near the black goes back into the bottom
I'm just
left.
worried about him nudging the black here, possibly blocking the path.
Yeah, right, okay. Just wondering. Okay. And I can see it.
Good shot. That's a good shot. You're right there.
No. I mind you, look, is he going to cannon into the black here? Is his problem? And can he get the white out of there?
I reckon he runs through that, no problem. Just glances the side of the black.
I mean, it's hard to see our angle, or I can't see the angle properly. Obviously, he's going a bit that way. I'm going to go for a little walk.
Yeah, do it. Looks like it's just under half.
He's not in trouble.
Yeah, you reckon?
He's in big trouble. Straight into the black.
Obviously try to cheat some of the pocket there.
No, I had to walk around. I went, yeah, that was straight into the black. Nath, here's another chance for Nath to sneak another one.
Yeah, watching the way he's played so far, he'd probably try and find himself a little bit of a snooker here.
Yeah, good. So you got to experience Victoria, huh?
Yes.
You got to experience the Benny Noonans and the Joel Youngers and stuff, did you?
Yeah, I've come across all of them. Robbo's, the Scaries, the McCartneys.
Have you got a favourite?
Oh, look, McCartney's one of my best mates, so it's sort of hard to not say him. Benny Noonan, love Benny Noonan. I spent a lot of time with. I actually played against Michael Scarry for his first ever pool season back at Q Sports.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So his first ever pool league, he played with his brother David.
What's your last name?
Windross.
Okay, so you've been on the pool scene for some years. You've been on for 20 years.
Yeah, definitely 20 odd years. Yeah. So I was him and I'm pretty sure his brother David. Michael and David joined the pool league.
He played a bit too, did he, David?
He played a little bit. I don't know if he plays much at all anymore. I think his interest has gone elsewhere. But that first year that Michael played, he did say to me, he goes, one day I'm going to play for Australia. And he's come through.
Mate,
and
with
anyone,
anyone, Jay, that's going to write on their hand, believe, they've got big belief in their own ability. You know, he's got believe written down there. Real confident bloke, and backs it up.
Absolutely, and for some reason, he's always the underdog, which I'm still perplexed about.
He just keeps backing it up, doesn't he, Jay?
He does, and we look at this pro series that's been going on at the moment, and just
for me, he's been one of the best players. He'd be in the top 3 for me. How about yourself?
Consistency-wise, yes, absolutely. So all Ish really could do there is just try and take control of the pocket somewhat and
It's
try
not
and
bad.
get himself
All
back in front.
Nathan's probably got to do is you've got to play this one up the top here, right? Double it down this way and then come in behind for a snooker, if he can do that. So then later he can run them down the inside of this red.
Absolutely, I'm thinking the exact same thing.
Okay. I don't think there's much more that he needs to do. You don't want to give him easy look at balls, and I mean the black's no good, it's tough.
You're going to pop this and get below the yellow and then run it up.
Mate, I don't mind it. Huh?
It's good, and like you said, this is probably this probably can be a little bit more accurate now, a little bit.
Look, you know what? I'm still even contemplating the snooker here by just playing the one that he's the yellow that he's furthest away. I don't know there's a lot of damage.
It's a tough black with very little soldiers on the floor.
I don't know if there's a lot of damage because of the black.
I'm right behind this black into the centre pocket, and it still doesn't look like it goes in there. So
Actually, it does. You can't have it?
I think the yellow's a little bit too close to us, that the white probably will catch that yellow.
You're probably right. It's touch and go.
It is.
If it's on just.
Yep. No, I'm very rookie when it comes to these tables. I don't know if the map will play too much of an issue with it. Was he going for a hit to break it out? Didn't get any work on that at all.
I actually don't know what he was doing. But anyway, I'm actually, like, you could have, I don't know.
I reckon there was a lot of top on that to come off the rail and I think trying to get into that pack, that little cluster, the black and yellow there.
Hey, it says it's frozen, Messi. Frozen, Dylan.
The camera's frozen.
Sorry guys about that, it's frozen, Matty. I think we're back on.
Thanks, Matty. I can't see you because I've got the boom arm in the way. Got to make something happen, and anything could happen there.
I think that the bad shot was the shot before, by just hitting it and maybe not a game plan.
Look, he probably didn't even have to try and attempt to pop that. He probably could have maybe just nestled the ball in there a little bit more and made Nathan make a play. But a couple of frames up his sleeve, he's probably just thought, I'll have a dip.
You'd say Nathan really would love to nick this. Love to nick this one.
He's off his seat already, he's ready to go.
And if you're going to get an opportunity, these are TPs, I call them, the turning points.
Yep.
If you wanted something like that to happen, to give you that little bit more buzz, for someone to go in off in that situation, for you to just calm your body down and your breathing and your heart rate, this is what you want. You want the in off here.
Absolutely.
If you're Nathan and
no
you're
traffic,
behind, no traffic.
No traffic on the table.
And he's played it enormous.
He has played a very big shot there.
Great shot, Nathan.
Probably just a little bit unlucky.
Jeez, he played that well.
Did. He might just be on it.
I think I'm playing the cannon. Jay, are you or no?
I'd prefer to go flush. It's a natural angle just to...
If he's on it.
If he's on it, yeah.
If he's on it for sure.
Yeah. And it isn't too straight, which is perfect.
Has he got some angle?
Yeah, he has got angle.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, I see you.
Might have wanted a little bit more. Screwing back for this yellow next to it to go to the same pocket. No? That's all right. He's got a shot to burn.
Yeah, but even if he taps it, he composes himself, wastes a shot. It's pretty easy. He needs to calm.
He does.
It's all about composure, like the way Jake McCartney plays. See, going for it in one shot is not the go.
Isn't it off? TP.
I actually said to you, going for it in one is not the shot. Whether it's stopped there beforehand or not, it's not the shot. The shot is to tap it.
Just set it up.
Okay, you tap it there, you win the frame. And that is the TP.
And, we look at the last frame as well. He was given 2 shots on the last frame, which he made a good clearance.
He needed that.
5-3.
He needed that one for 5-4, and that was very important.
Just knocks an easy black in.
Unfortunately, Nate's got no one else to blame but himself there.
Yes.
Because why do you need to keep your 2 going?
Well, he was just saying there to the ref, why didn't I just double that yellow back over?
Or just touch it into the rail. 18 all, 72 minutes gone. What's happening, Para? Dales, 18 all with the Storm. 8 minutes to go.
No, I've got...
Oh, Parramatta just scored. Wow, Parramatta just scored 22-18. Who scored that?
Stone.
Wow.
Missed the conversion.
Did they? Yeah, yep. Need to calm it, Nate. Need to calm it, brother.
Yellows are nice.
Once the head's gone, Jay, sometimes it's hard to, get it back.
I suppose that comes with the territory of establishing yourself in these sort of formats and these sort of matches to know that, a bad half an hour isn't necessarily over. You can get yourself back in because it's a long mental.
We've seen it. 4-0 today. Brad Locking won 11 straight.
Yep.
Gruffy was...
he was 10-7 up, I think.
10-7 up.
Yep.
I think he got the kick, unless...
Okay.
Come on, Para.
Said 3 out of 4 conversions.
20, 24, 18. See you, Della.
Right.
See you, Della. See you, Della.
Ish missed his first shot here, so Nathan's...
Open table?
Yes.
What have you noticed so far in the match? You see an out-and-out favourite, or...?
From the start, I thought Ish was queuing the ball very well. He looked very solid. It looked like he had his composure. Nathan, obviously the camera doesn't pick up what we can, and Nathan didn't spend a lot of time in his seat. He was walking around and...
Yeah, body language and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And so, to me, that meant that I felt that Ish was in a very capable headspace, but his execution has let him down, especially with the amount of opportunities he's had and some choices, shot choices. Shot selection has just been a little bit weird for mine. I mean, I'm no Brent Reid, but
what sort of level did you get yourself to? Were you a 60% A grader in Melbourne? Were you 55? Were you less than 50? Where were you? And what league were you playing? Super League?
No, I didn't. We didn't have a Super League in Victoria. We did have we had all the different leagues like EDPL, the DDPL, the Melbourne Metro, the South East, a lot of pool leagues, and I was always in top division of those. He's got himself on yellow, which is at least looks to be the better set at the moment.
As you said, we're seeing those little things, aren't we?
Yep.
Off camera.
Yep. It's definitely not settled. It's definitely not settled. I think he really is starting to feel a bit of the pressure. As you said, this is his first one.
First big one, yeah. And you know what? He's backed it all himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money. $1,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? It's a lot to take on.
Mm-hmm. That little shot, he has left him on a yellow.
Has left him on a yellow, has he? Okay.
Near the black spot.
Okay. Yeah, so as we're saying, what sort of percentage in fixtures were you at?
Majority of the time I was always in the positive.
So you were above the 50?
Yes.
And if you had a shocker, you were below 50?
I had a
You did a season?
stinker. I had a stinker one year under Steve Misford in DDPL. It's got quite nice little lucky.
Nice. Now he has to do something with this, Jay.
Yes.
You need to do something with this. Storm went in. Matty, holy hell.
Tell me it was under the post, so we got a conversion.
Just got to cue this nicely, come back up. I tell you what, you know what?
The elbow on it, but he's got it.
Listen, hasn't he got a nice rub in the last couple?
Yes.
It says 24-22, so who knows where they've scored it. Where have they scored it, Matty? They scored it under the post or what? They all link up nice, Jay.
It looks like you got a bit of angle here and you can't really hold the pace. Do you play it into the yellow near the...
I maybe played into the red.
Yellow?
I think so. Yep. I think so. But just focus on the pot.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
He cued it nice. I think he needs this. I'm telling you, you can be gone from here, even this far out, if your head's wrong.
I mean, you always sort of want to be no more than 2 frames out of touch, because that's a they call a master break and then a master shot, isn't it? And you're back left.
He's wanting pinpoint position. Just get this ball in. Don't make faces. Knock the balls in. It's going to go to golden point, Matty Farrell said.
Conversion. Oh, under the post as well. I haven't seen Nathan play before. This is my first time, but there's a lot of movement on his cueing at the moment.
And
lifting up a lot.
There is, but it's but it's nerves. It's first time events. It's $1,000, I think. I mean, it's going to get you twitching a little.
Definitely just needs to settle. Just get a little bit of composure. So to take the enormous
He's had the rubs, but even though he's had the rubs, you've got to put the rubs away. 3 minutes left, Matty Farrell. Come on, Para, find a golden point.
Don't listen to Reedy. Come on the Storm. That means, I suppose that means the Storm's receiving off this kickoff as well. So hopefully we can get into territory we can have a drop goal.
Well, they would be receiving, and 24-1.
I'm saying Ish just drop this in and they get a snooker behind the
makes
2 on the
makes sense to me. Makes sense.
Just to break them out.
Even run it through just a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm giving 2 straight back though. I'm probably giving 2, although maybe not, because you can go up and down. and if you hit it, you might kind of leave it.
He's still got a bit of a tough red with the blackies.
Yeah,
Still got to get good position for that.
yeah, they're up and down.
Even if he does get 2 back, he's opened those balls up.
I'm okay for him just to tap it as well, because it's still.
It's called the total, which tells me he's going to be trying to get out of it.
Okay.
And the up and down isn't on. That red's in the way. He's going to have to come
Unfortunately,
off
Nath
the
didn't need
side
to
rail.
hit that last one so hard, did he? He didn't have to do much in it to cue that in, but you said he had a lot of body movement.
Well, as you said, he wanted to be perfect and he probably overplayed it.
He didn't.
Shot. Oh, jeez. Those just missed. You know, like you can see that you've given away 2 shots, but a shot like that just to miss, you
Blake
sort of
drops
think,
the ball. Melbourne 6 tackles in field goal range. Someone get on Munster, please.
Pappenhausen.
Munster, Pappenhausen, get on them. Get on their halfback.
A nice clean pot there from Ish. Just has to drop this one near the centre pocket just in.
Yeah, mate, they're sitting fat now.
Might even, would you screw back a little and give yourself a bit of angle to get towards the yellow, to get behind the black?
Definitely not. I'm dribbling this in dead weight, or even if I can just, I'm not doing anything with it. I'm doing that.
Yep.
I'm just happy with that. If I've got a bit of angle, I'm running over.
That's what I was looking for, a bit of angle just to
Run over.
come down towards the black spot line.
Moses missed the field goal. I thought they said that Blake drops the ball.
Field goal got blocked. Ten seconds to go.
Oh, it's golden points. I see that we hadn't got to. Yeah, okay. He's overrun that a fraction. This makes it a little bit trickier. Come on, Para. Let's go, Para. We can't see no screams.
This comes back to 2 frames ago, the one that Nathan won when I was looking and I thought that he could just glance off the inside of the black and end up snooker himself.
That's
out in
right.
the centre.
This could do anything. This black.
Same again.
And this is
looks like,
it's a TP.
looks
And
like
it's got 2.
he looks like he's going to hit the black. Do you double? Do you double down to this bottom corner here and leave yourself a dribble in red?
I can screw off this. I feel confident to screw jack up and screw off. Right, waste shots.
And a chip out snooker again?
No, I'm rolling this one in the centre while I can, while I've got the blocker.
I am absolutely doing that too, but I'm thinking their mind frame at the moment.
It's cool because he's got a 3-frame lead, and you want to put your foot on the throat here, so you want to chip this into the middle, and even the Marcus double's not on if you miss the middle.
I still think he's looking at a snooker here.
Okay. I don't think it's the shot. The attacking shot is the shot.
I'm not giving up the table here. No, it looks like he's taking it on. No, he's gone to safety, and he's.
I'm going to have to say, and I'm blatantly honest. It might have been the poorest shot this match.
I was going to say that's terrible. You've just left your
I'm going to have to say it's the poorest shot of the match, based on the fact that he's left his red in no man's land, and Nath can dig this ball out.
I knew he was playing a safety. I would have thought he would have just knocked the red out, left it near the centre bag, and left the white basically where it is. It was a big overhit.
He's let Nath back in the frame.
Yeah. He can come off the wall here and knock
and just at least put it over there.
Yeah.
Wow. Nessie. One for Jay.
I think this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. When you were saying, is there anyone actually played this weekend
Yep.
that has looked the goods and played solid
And it
from
was
start to
Nathan
finish?
Appleton. You know what I find with Ish? I think a lovely cue action, gorgeous cue action, young fella, 21-year-old or something, 22. But I think he's too delicate. Do you think, Greg? He's a little bit too delicate. I think he needs to produce a bit more cue power. Would you say? I know that's easy saying that now because he's done that, but I've watched him play some shots that he doesn't go like this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you're playing a shot, you're going to play a shot like that with conviction. And he goes, you know, it looks okay, but not that. When you play that shot, you're going to go like that.
Almost like a slingshot. You really just got to whip that wrist through, don't you? And leave the white dead on the rail. There's another snooker. Do you come off the side wall next to where the red is, off the bottom rail, and try and get in behind that yellow now? You get a sneak at that? Too big a shot?
Mate, looking at this, I'm just coming off there. Look, at this stage, I'm not. I want to hit the ball, and yes, I want to sort of play shot to nothing as well.
Oh, great shot.
What a great shot, Nath. Para wins. Oh, sorry, man.
Thank you, Matty. You can mute yourself now.
Well done, Matty. You frickin' beauty.
Yes, Daniel, we've noticed that. That's the
Take a 5-minute break.
That's the emotion you have with him.
first bit of verbal emotion and outburst from a winning frame rather than something I've got not his one.
All right, guys, we're just back for having a little bit of a break. Someone mentioned there that the stream had cut out, so we've got it back running. We are about 25 minutes away from Brendan and Vince starting up their match, and we are 6-4 in the Nath Keogh match and Ishii match. Been a good match so far. Very slow, very methodical, but both are playing some pretty good pool. Very defensive pool, but very, very solid pool. Ishii looks good over the queue. Yeah, we're certainly going to get Vince's game on the other table. They're about 25 minutes from starting. I think they start at 7 or 7:30. I think it's 7. How have you enjoyed the weekend so far?
It's good. I was just chatting to Reedy before. This is my first one since moving up here. So
where have you come from?
Melbourne. I'm a Vic boy. Yep. Moved up here in 2020, so into my third year up here.
Yeah, nice. Who do you knock around with up here? Who are you playing?
So I'm on the Sunny Coast.
Oh, you're on the Sunny Coast with the boys?
Smasher boy.
Yeah. A lot of good fellas up at the Smashers.
Yeah, we're on my camera. Yes, there are. Yeah.
I'm good friends with a few of their boys there. Yeah. So good crew to go out and play pool with, and then an even better crew to go drinking with afterwards. So
absolutely.
Played a lot of close CBC matches with them.
I'm debuting for my first one this year. I've finally managed
Jay's
to.
real good friends with Jay McCartney.
Oh yeah, the head.
Don't hold that against you.
No one holds it against you. Jake's a great bloke.
I've
actually watched Jake,
if you're watching, you're a shit bloke.
Jake beat Rusty twice live for big pots.
Yep. Rusty got him last at Townsville last year.
No, they played two individual money matches. One was for 38. One was for just over 40k.
I do remember that.
One was up at Snooker World.
Ish again, reliable breaks here. He's
very solid breaker, isn't he?
He's been breaking well. I think only one dry break. A little bit stiff for the lead. He's going
to take the red down the rail?
Yeah, he's going to have to. But it's a big shot to land on something.
I reckon you probably finally just lays up, take the pocket. Transition's not easy.
So the trend has sort of been the safety side of things for him at the moment. That's going to drop.
Yeah, he's just overplayed it.
Now he's going to have to, if he wants to secure his pocket, he's going to have to double the red across.
Yep.
Which, hard shot to get right.
I think he's probably got the middle of those two reds to the bottom corner if he wants it. I think he can just see past the yellow enough. I think the red's high enough to be able to run down to that pocket. Well, no, in a sec anyway.
Still feel
looks like he's taken the double.
Still feel like he wants the double.
Yeah. Thought he might have just had enough for him to play the other one. He's actually played a lot of doubles today and played them pretty consistently well.
Fallen short.
Yeah.
He's fallen short. Saw a lot of emotion from Nathan in the last frame.
Yeah, he hasn't had a little run of the ball. So I had a bit of a chat with him then in the break, and I just told him to sort of just keep at it. You know, he's had 4 or 5 breaks now. All have been dry. He's missed a couple of opportunities there to take frames, you know, where he shouldn't have, to let those opportunities go. But to be going into a break 6-4 down, I told him to take the positives out of it, not the negatives. And he kind of got it, and he realised then that, you know, not all's bad in the world. So I think it was a good time to have a break, good time for him to get a frame, and a good time for him to have a break and get away and just reset sort of things. So.
Yeah, it's sort of, as we've been saying with Reedy, you're not going to pick it up on camera. We sort of send sort of what he's been going through off camera, and he definitely hasn't been sitting still. He's definitely felt a lot of emotion through his physically rather than the verbal outburst that we saw in the last frame. He just hasn't really seemed settled and got himself into any sort of
he's
momentum.
constantly bouncing around out of his chair and around looking at angles and shots, even when he's not at the table. So he rides a definite roller coaster of emotions in this game, doesn't he?
He does. He definitely has, and I feel like he sort of might feel like he's just not getting the roll of the balls.
Yep.
Just getting that inch or two too far and just missing position here and there.
Yeah.
But you know, this is what these matches are about. It's that mental battle.
Yep. Why is that, Daniel? What's wrong with this camera?
So it keeps freezing.
Yeah.
He's
just frustrated again here. He's fallen short of his position.
I don't think he's fallen short. I don't know where he was going to end up there.
The only thing I can think of is you go another half foot up the table towards the blue spot, and you can get sort of in between a gap, or you can come back towards this other pocket. It's a terrible shot either.
It is. I feel like you need to be below the black spot. You need to be a lot lower.
Yep.
She's got a really big chance here. All reds go to a pocket. Black's in a bit of a tough position.
Yep. Do you want me to zoom it out?
No.
Just to zoom it out. Here. Tell me what your view's like.
Yeah, that's all right.
Hang on up.
Yeah, that'll do.
How you going there?
Yep, hang on. I just got to crop it a bit.
You got enough angle, it's level.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a good picture. Just move it up slightly.
Yeah, I'm just cropping it at the minute.
I got it, mate.
He's got a bit of a result there. Look, I'm not afraid to say I've got no idea on black ball rules.
Yep. I'm just more so the style. Both guys play normal rules, but because of the Black Ball Nationals, both guys are playing in the Black Ball Nationals next week, up here in Ipswich. So it's a good opportunity to sort of get in that mode.
Absolutely. Bit of pressure pull. I can only imagine what Ishtiyaaq's thinking here of how do I get safe?
What's he on the other?
He's on reds.
Anything white ball over that half of the table is fine. Then he just plays white, a little bit of stuff. Not too much interest in it, just keep the white ball outside the table. Won't be too unhappy with that. Can go out from there anyway.
Yeah. Again, he's sort of murdered another one of his reds. not the worst result at all. Ish's. No, it's not. It's sort of left him only on one ball, and even then, can glance aside of the two reds to break one out, but definitely not going to break them both out. So it's not a bad result. And Ish has been playing quite conservatively. I can't see him finding a way of playing the game here. I feel like he's going to knock this into the side rail and try and take the pocket. Or is he attacking? No, could be wrong again. Taking the double. But he is not in a good at all.
We're just setting up for the next match as well, guys. So what we may do is I'll speak to Brent whether we stop the stream and restart it again, like we did last time. Yeah. Because the boys are just warming up. I miss my mouse.
Sorry?
My mouse isn't working.
Oh no.
So I've got to use this one. It's painful.
Can't you just set the font size?
Be nice.
Nathan escapes, but unfortunately just finishes red in that corner in a bit of a better position. These guys are a race to. Where is it? Recovery from Nathan, left a little double it back across. Slightly different picture there. I can't fix that though without stopping everything. Might just be the camera settings.
Yeah, I just can't change it unfortunately. No, that's just the.
played a pretty good shot here, to be honest. I'm standing right
Might get
behind
rid of
this
that.
black to the corner here. It's touch and go. If that, it's hard to see. I don't know if that red's frozen or if it is. The black's not going.
Nope, they're frozen again over here. Hang on. Take studio mode off.
I didn't think it went. Red looked too far in the pocket.
What's the name room?
Very nice crisp up there from Ish.
Right, so shortly, guys, we're going to get it on with the black ball event between Vince Lee and Brendan Cantor. So that will be an interesting match. Looking forward to that. You've done all the sponsors. Waiting for the boys to get back.
Yeah,
Where are those boys?
As soon as the black ball starts, you're going to have to get someone who's an expert in black ball because I have no idea
Don't
the
look at
rules of
me.
black balls.
I don't know the rules. I have no idea on those rules. But should be interesting.
I know it's a match that a lot of people are waiting to watch.
Yeah. Who's that? Ah, Shauna. Thank you. Talk soon. Alright, Vince is just having a practice at the moment. Just so everyone is aware, we will kick that off very shortly. Gives me time to get my stuff sorted. What am I up to? I've lost count. Player 4.
I don't know if old mate's rocked up over here in his cricket lights or in his painting lights.
He might be a painter.
Got the old grey nickels on. This is from a little bit short of position here. tap that in. I'm guessing a little cannon down the rail here. Wedge this red into the corner, so the other red that he's using to knock it in won't come too far out. That's sat. It's just where Rudy and I were talking about. It could have a little bit more conviction in his cueing, just a little power. He's just holding back a little bit.
Who's that? Ishi?
Yes.
Takes a while to settle in, too. Like you look at Nathan's match, you know, like Nathan's taken a while to settle down. It's not easy out there. I mean, I played on my birthday. Brent put me up in the last frame, and I haven't played since 2016. So I've got a bad neck and bad back. Anyway, he put me up in the last frame, and everyone was yelling at me, and I was on a pot out, and I got so excited. I ended up missing the next ball.
Oh dear.
Well, I didn't miss it altogether, but I missed the pot. Oh God, it was funny. I'm like, oh, stop yelling at me. It's been a long time since I've played, and people are yelling at you while you're playing. City Country was my favourite. I used to love playing City Country.
Oh, debuting this year, my first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go. You'll enjoy it. Yep.
Issue's 7-4 up at the moment. Made a nice little cut there in the centre.
It's really
Somewhere over that way. Do we want to get that table iron now, Mark? He's doing it? Okay, thank you. I'd like to thank Mark for reffing as well. He's done a few reffing matches this weekend. Okay. What are you doing?
where they're heading.
Okay guys, we're just going to wait for this frame to finish between Nathan and Ishi. Once that's finished, we are going to switch streams to the black ball and finishing off the Nathan Keogh Ishti match. So once that's done, we'll then be back online, but we'll let you know. So after this frame, we're just going to take a 5-minute break, quick stop to the loo, and then we'll go from there. So I'm just going to mute this for a second while we've got no commentators. Yeah, there's no volume, Maddie, just because no one's here talking other than me. And I can't call this stuff. Yeah, so like I said, guys, after this frame, we're going to switch. We'll stop the stream so we can start her up again. We're going to do a 5-minute a quick interview with the guys. While these guys, even though they just had a quick break, we're just going to take a couple of minutes. Unfortunately, their match has gone over. They did start a little bit late. Get Christos on for 5 minutes. Oh, he's busy running around. I don't even know where he is. He'll be up behind the bar somewhere. You know who's missing? Wayne Richardson. Haven't seen old Wayne. He never misses an event. So yeah, got a few more people in the house. I'd like to congratulate Ash Smith. He won today in a nail-biting match between him and Andrew Gruff, good friend of ours. Very good match, very well fought by both players. Sometimes it's just very difficult to put it away, isn't it? And finish it off. So I don't know how the commentating is going to go for the calling the black ball, because I don't know if Brent knows the rules too well. Our next card will more than likely have the players that had to, unfortunately, couldn't play in this weekend's event. So we'll have the Michael Boney and Josh Hogg match, and then we'll have the Macwin and JJ Spink, which was going to be a cracker. So Nathan looks like he's settling in a little bit. He's not going to be overly happy with that, but don't know if he's got 1 or 2 shots here. Should pay attention. It's on all my school reports. Vanessa could do with paying a little bit more attention in class. She's easily distracted. Not sure, Maddie. Normally we sort of do one every sort of 3 to 4 months, you know, between drinks. So what are we now? March, end of March, so April, May, June. Probably be, you know, maybe the end of June, July sort of stage, I would imagine. Brent will generally start planning. He'll talk to Christos about, you know, availability of the venue. Obviously, we sometimes have to compete with his other bookings, plus, you know, the Suncorp, the football's back on now, so we have to compete with weekends with that. So it can sometimes be hard to find a spot. But at least, we try and give everyone about a good 3 months to practice. So Ishi's got to take that one off, run this one down and potentially stop it, and then the black in the bottom pocket. I'd say Ishi, does anyone know, does he play snooker? Looks like it's a very nice queuing action. Okay, so Ishti is 9-4. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're just going to stop this stream and we're going to start another one so we can get the interviews and that going for the other match. Back in about a few minutes. Won't be long.